Basile.
What are we doing?
I had a chance to talk to everybody who's still here, and to a person they, extolled the opportunity, the experience in the dorm, the field, the fans, the pew crew, Scotty James, all terrific experiences. And also how difficult today is in the sense of, it's kind of the end of, created a lot of friendships and all of a sudden it's over.
Yep.
It's like the end of the school year. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah. It comes and goes so quickly, and especially I know even the people in town comes and goes quicker for them. Sometimes it seems a little longer for us because they forget about the other 24 games after a home game we're on the road the next day. But yeah, it definitely comes and goes quickly, and just as it starts, the season seems to be over, and it's kind of just it's a whirlwind of emotions and ups and downs, and but great experience nonetheless.
You have to remind yourself, these are all college kids. Yeah, just kind of entering into this adult experience. And to them, and you don't think of it for it, but you created a community of people to live together, and then they have to deal with a community of baseball fans. And then outside of that, it's sort of an experience that we've created.
Yeah.
I'm doing more of the talking than you, but does that play on you at all, kind of noting that responsibility and how that really affects it?
Yeah, and I mean, just everything about what's been created here in Jamestown's been absolutely amazing. It's, last year it was first in the division. I don't think we ever left first, and the community was great, and everybody was supportive when we were winning, and we won almost every home game last year. So then we go into this year, and we had some games we struggled big time at home, and they were 10-run rule games, and one ball after another was being booted, and just a couple guys battling through injuries, and you look in the crowd and the fans are still there, and the fans weren't booing us when things were going wrong. They're still there, and it's like, man, I get back in the locker room or home that night, I'm like, hopefully we didn't discourage everybody from coming to the next game after the way we just played. Then next day we'd turn it around, we'd be back at home, and we'd have a ton of fans there again supporting us just like they did the night before. So it's pretty cool that the support, when even we weren't and didn't end up being a playoff team this year, just support and the enjoyment that people are having coming to the stadium.
So personally the guys from the pew crew, but when you're on the field managing, but at the same time they're working their match, they're working it. Mm-hmm. What's your sense of it all?
Yeah, I was listening to the last part of Jordan's interview when he was in here, and they already had the research done before he got in here. But not only are they researching our roster, that's the easy part. They get that done. They got to do that once. Then it's every new team that comes in here to play, and then they have research on that guy and his whole family background and whatnot. So there's a lot of time spent in doing that. I don't know where they get all the hours. I know those guys have full-time jobs and have pretty successful livelihoods. So must be right when they get out of work or early in the mornings before they go into work. They're doing their research. So it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat what's put into it from those guys.
I just think about you and Barry, and of course George. And you're trying to be stone sober about the game and focus on the game. But is there a time you just listen to what they're saying, just crack a smile?
Yeah, every once in a while. I try not to give them a smile because they are my buddies, and they know I'm already smiling. And after the game, I'll tell them what the good ones were. But there's sometimes I just can't hold my laugh with some of the stuff they say, and just like, where did that even come from? How did you come up with that? And I don't think they're like practicing a lot of these one-line comments they have. That just between Dennis and Todd and every single one of them, actually, just all of a sudden something comes to them, and I'm like, brilliant, but just where did you come up with that?
Maybe that's a documentary for next year. So as you reflect back on the season, Jordan, the good, the bad, I know that you'd like to have a better record,
yeah.
But what's your reflection on it all?
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously tough year, like I said before, result that we didn't want. We walked in a week before the season started. We said this team's going to be an absolute powerhouse. Well, 5 days later, there's 5 guys gone. No excuses, nonetheless. Reflecting on this, comparing this team to last year's crew, we've been blessed to have great guys that come in through here. There really hasn't been any guys that have been huge problems. Have been, you know, when they come here, they know, like, let's respect Jamestown. Let's show we are the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. We are an image in this community, and when you're out in public, you know, take care of those little things. And you know, I'm very thankful for the great group of guys that we've had here the last couple of years, because they make my job easy. They make my job easy, and they get it. They get it. We've had true professionals come in here, and you can't always say that with every athlete.
Well, then for outsider looking in, you making available to the players, Lutheran, Wegmans, community activities, the mart, going in the Memorial Day parade,
Yeah.
things like that, which they did, and to a person, they really felt honored to do that rather than an obligation or something.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's pretty amazing. You know, first thing I'll always do is I'll leave it open who wants to volunteer for tomorrow. We don't necessarily say you need to go, you don't need to go. We always had guys volunteering. Some guys volunteered for every single thing. You know, a couple keep in mind, Ian Korn, Jordan King. Both those guys were the first to say, I'll be down there. Richard King did that a few times. Johnny Campus would do that. Yeah, I don't want to start naming names because there was a handful or so that every time they're like, I want to go do this. This is awesome. I get to go do this, you know. So they wanted to be a part of that. Everything that this community brought, they embraced and thought was pretty cool. And you know, those are the things we're happy to do every single year.
Well, it reflects. This year, you know, when you use the term Tarp Skunks, a year ago, people say, really, what? What is that? Nothing. It's all, there's no negativity either about the name, because much of that is a reflection of the kind of people who are wearing that.
Yeah.
And that's a real credit to you.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You walk around town and it's just, whether it's a bench, whether it's somebody wearing the hat, whether it's a T-shirt, it seems like everybody, you go out once a day, you'll see somebody in Tarp Skunks something, you know, and it's, you know, like I said, when you first say Tarp Skunks, what the heck is that? And now everybody wants to be a Tarp Skunk, whether we're a Tark Spunk or sometimes we can't get the words right while we say it, but we know when that skunk is on, we like to put that skunk around the community, and everybody knows what it is.
Well, we couldn't keep up with the merchandise, that's for sure. Any other reflections as you kind of think about, or opportunities for next year?
Yeah, you know, just reflecting back again, it's not, you know, the team that necessarily we put on the field to get this whole thing going. It's just reflecting on how much goes into it between everybody and the owners and the board members, and how much time is spent every single day, you know, just trying to make this thing the what it is right now. And that's a huge reason for this. You know, it's people that all wanted to bring baseball back to Jamestown, the people that truly loved baseball. Russ Dietrich, who, you know, couldn't imagine having probably a third year without baseball in Jamestown. So, you know, it's pretty cool to see. And then, you know, every day you're meeting a new person down there that somehow is connected to Jamestown, even like walking from the locker room to the dugout or after the dugout. And it's like this, I remember back in 1970, 1980, 1990, 2000, I remember this, I remember, everybody's got a cool little story. And, you know, it's something that, you know, I personally didn't even know. I've always known the Jammers. I've always gone to Jammers games. I've always, you know, I've done that. My dad's taken me. I've chased foul balls around as a kid and all that. But the history is so amazing, and it couldn't be done without everybody that was involved to make this thing happen.
Well, and you've made it happen in the last few years, and we appreciate it. And congratulations. You're wearing a Fredonia Blue Devils baseball shirt, and now you're leading that program.
Yep, and it's excited to get started on that. You know, it's been a long time coming, about 12 years in the making, and you know, that's part of the college grind. Though it takes some time to get where you want to be, and happy to be at Fredonia, happy to be part of Jamestown, and enjoying every day.
Along those lines, what was it like for that last game, home game, when you had a whole lot of people that were impacted your life?
Yeah, it's you know, just looking up in the crowd every once in a while, you get so focused on the game in itself and wanting to win that home game so much. You know, you have to take a deep breath and look in the crowd and say, hey, wow, I know that person, I know that person, I know that person. And you can't even begin to count how many people, you know, sitting in that stadium. And it's pretty cool. It's like, you know, let's take the time, let's enjoy the weather today, let's enjoy the scenery, let's enjoy the fans, let's enjoy everything else. And let's enjoy just baseball in general. Go have some fun, win or lose. Let's walk out of here and say this is pretty cool.
Well, you enjoyed the first pitch and all of that.
Yeah.
A lot of Fredonia history there.
Yeah, a lot of Fredonia history, not just with Coach Palace and I. It was actually Pat Bigham's idea too. He's like, hey, what do you think about Coach Palace and throwing me the first pitch? Because Coach Palace and I had not just an impact on me, but on him as well. He recruited Pat Bigham, you know, played for him for 3.5 years, and then me for a half a year. So the whole story is pretty cool. Now his son Noah, who was a bat boy as a hockey player, comes in, and you know, you always get those comments. A lot of kids after they're a bat boy, they're like, baseball might be my thing now. I love baseball again. So little things like that, it's pretty cool.
By the way, I commended George on a phone call this morning, and you, and now I will, about the concept of a bench coach and having sort of a guest bat boy. Because I know that's, you know, the bench coach, you know, they're going to sit and not really get engaged.
Yeah.
They're going to deal with that bat boy all the time. So
Yeah.
that can be distracting, but
Yeah.
that played really well.
Yeah, no, that was pretty cool. Like I said, like you just said with the bat boy, sometimes running around, bench coach, helping him out a little bit. Hey, let's go get this one right here. But, you know, and just interacting, and Dr. Carlo was always there interacting too, and just talking the game together, you know, and getting insight from the people that are watching and not always in the dugout. So.
Well, the feedback was incredible from all those guys.
Awesome.
So thank
Awesome.
you. We'll no doubt use it again next year.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you.